It begins so quietly you might mistake it for ordinary melancholy. A slight heaviness in your chest as you wake up. A fading interest in activities that once brought you joy. The world seems to have lost its luster, as if someone turned down the saturation dial on reality itself. This isn't just a bad day or a passing mood. This is depression creeping in, its tendrils slowly wrapping around your mind and heart. What makes depression particularly insidious is how it distorts your very perception of reality. Like wearing glasses smeared with darkness, everything you see becomes filtered through its bleak lens. The compliments you receive sound hollow. Future possibilities appear non-existent. Even memories of happier times feel like they belong to someone else's life. This is why depression isn't simply sadness. It's a comprehensive rewriting of your emotional and cognitive experience. Modern neuroscience has revealed depression to be one of the most physically transformative mental health conditions. Advanced brain imaging shows distinct differences in the brains of depressed individuals compared to neurotypical ones. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation, often shows reduced activity. Meanwhile, the amygdala, our threat detection center, becomes hyperactive, constantly sounding false alarms of danger and despair. But the changes go even deeper. Researchers at Yale discovered that chronic depression can actually reduce the density of gray matter in the brain. This isn't just about chemical imbalances, it's about structural changes that affect how information flows between different brain regions. The neural pathways associated with negative thinking become well-worn highways, while those for positive emotions grow faint from disuse. Perhaps most startling is the emerging research on inflammation's role in depression. When your body fights infection, inflammatory cytokines are released. These same chemicals, when chronically elevated, can cross the blood-brain barrier and contribute to depressive symptoms. This explains why many patients with autoimmune disorders experience depression, and why some anti-inflammatory drugs show promise as antidepressants. Our contemporary environment has created ideal conditions for depression to flourish. Consider the paradox of modern connectivity. We have hundreds of friends online, but often lack deep, meaningful connections. Social media creates constant opportunities for unfavorable comparison, while simultaneously depriving us of the subtle facial cues and tones of voice that make real-world interactions fulfilling. The workplace has become another minefield for mental health. The erosion of boundaries between work and personal life, especially with remote work, means many people never truly disconnect. Productivity culture glorifies overwork while stigmatizing rest. Economic pressures create constant background anxiety about job security and financial stability. Even our physical habits feed into this cycle. The average person now spends over 13 hours a day sitting, a behavior linked to increased depression risk. Our sleep patterns have been disrupted by artificial light and endless digital stimulation. Our diets have shifted toward processed foods that may negatively impact gut bacteria, which we now know play a crucial role in regulating mood. Therapeutic innovations beyond traditional talk therapy, we're seeing exciting developments in treatment modalities. Neurofeedback therapy allows patients to literally see their brain activity in real time and learn to modulate it. Virtual reality exposure therapy helps people safely confront traumatic memories in controlled environments. Even the revival of ancient practices like flotation therapy shows promise in resetting overactive nervous systems. Movement as neural fertilizer exercise does more than release endorphins. It stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for brain cells. Regular physical activity can lead to the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus, one of the brain regions most affected by depression. The key is finding movement you can sustain, whether that's yoga, swimming, or simply daily walks in nature. Nutritional psychiatry. The emerging field of nutritional psychiatry explores how food affects mood. The Mediterranean diet, rich in omega-3s and polyphenols, shows particular promise. Fermented foods support the gut microbiome, which produces about 90% of the body's serotonin. Even simple changes like reducing processed sugar can have noticeable effects on mood stability. Digital hygiene. Conscious management of technology use is becoming crucial for mental health. This includes setting strict boundaries around social media use, implementing screen-free hours before bedtime, and being mindful of how different types of digital content affect your mood. Some find relief through digital Sabbaths, complete breaks from technology for set periods, community reconnection. Innovative approaches to rebuilding social connections are emerging. Men's groups meeting in non-clinical settings like garages or coffee shops help break down stigma. Social prescribing programs connect isolated individuals with community activities. Even online support groups with proper moderation can provide crucial connection for those unable to access in-person help. Understanding depression as a complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors allows for more compassionate and effective approaches to treatment and prevention. What's most important to remember is that depression lies. It tells you that you're alone when you're not, that change is impossible when it isn't, that you're worthless when you're inherently valuable. Recovery often comes in small moments. The first morning you wake up and the weight feels slightly lighter, the first genuine laugh that surprises you, the gradual return of color to your world. It's rarely a straight line upward, but with the right combination of approaches tailored to the individual, the fog does lift. As we continue to advance our understanding of depression, one truth becomes increasingly clear. This condition, while formidable, is not invincible. Every new piece of research, every personal story of recovery, every innovative treatment approach adds to our collective ability to combat this silent pandemic. The most powerful weapon we have is knowledge, the understanding that depression is not a personal failing, but a challenge that can be met with science, support, and steadfast hope. The sun will rise, and we will try again. 21 Pilots.